Hi, Minesh Baxi here, and I have a very different business here. Maybe you're familiar with, obviously, there is caregiving facilities available, people who really want to take care of people, help them. They have a caring heart, and they made a business, but they work with people in different kinds of needs. So I have two good friends here, Paul and Robert here, who are going to share with us about their business. And I have some questions for them. So welcome, Robert and Paul.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you very
Fantastic.
much.
So you are partners together in the business. Is that what it is?
So I'm CEO and Rob is vice president.
Yep.
Very good. Fantastic. And what's the name of your business?
It's Genesis in-home care.
Genesis In-Home Care.
Yeah.
Great. How long have you had this business now?
It's open in 2012. But
Okay.
prior to that, I was a direct care worker
Okay.
for many years, management, and then I opened the business up in 2012 and made sure that Rob came along because he brings a lot of value.
I'm sure he does. Fantastic. Having any business for a while is always a challenge, and I'm sure you've gone through enough challenges as well. So before we go on that road, Paul, tell us a little bit about yourself.
All right. Well, my name is Paul Gallagher, and I've been an entrepreneur since 2012. I have numerous businesses, but the bread and butter, the one that I'm very passionate about is Genesis because it's working with people with intellectual and developmental disabilities. And since 2012 till now, we have just about 100 plus caregivers and 60 plus people that we serve in Southeast Michigan.
Wow, 100 plus caregivers is a pretty big number there.
Yeah.
Wow, it does. And any business, I know it takes time to grow. It takes a lot of patience, persistence, and you never know what the next day is looking like until you actually have a decent sized business.
Yeah, it's a people business for sure.
It's a people business, exactly. So what attracted you to the business, Robert?
You know, I kind of got dropped into it initially. My buddy Paul got a job as a direct care worker, and I was getting ready to graduate high school, and he said, I think that sounds like more fun than working at a print shop. And so I said, you know what, hey, let's give it a try. And I just fell in love from there. And it's been history ever since. Paul and I worked with two other organizations before he decided to start his own and expand his impact. And I've been able to help him to expand that impact. Like you said, we provide care to about 70 people, and we've got about 100 people helping us with that.
Wow. So what's so gratifying about your business? I'm sure you are touching people's lives in a very deep way.
I think the main thing for me is knowing each and every day the impact that I'm making. Sometimes it's recognizable, and sometimes going through life, the things that I'm involved in, I might not see that immediate impact. In this industry, I see it for myself and the team around me. And then working with people, I've learned so much from them. So what's gratifying is I would like to think that I've taught them so many different things. It's reverse.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's fantastic. So tell me a little bit about the focus you have. Like, how do you find the type of clients? And then obviously we'll talk about finding the caregivers as well.
All right, I'll let Rob talk about the caregiver part. And the way that so a lot of our contracts that we have are with local agencies.
Okay.
There's actually one on the street, I won't name, but there's one on the street. And throughout Southeast Michigan, we have different contracts. And your name gets around very quickly when you provide very good care.
Interesting.
And so I know we're going to touch on that. And so they'll say, okay, hey, we just got a referral today in the email. Say, hey, Paul, sending some things your way. Let me know what you think. And then we'll go out and meet the folks and be able to determine if it's a good fit for both of us. And then from there, if it is, we'll search for the caregivers. And this is where Rob's piece comes into play.
Yeah, and as far as sourcing caregivers, we've tried different things over the years. We've tried just going on job boards and posting things, and we've got about the same level of success as everybody else has. But recently we've thought, if we want some success that's better than what everybody else is having, we've got to think out of the box of what other people aren't doing. So we're trying things such as doing some direct mailings to places that we know that caregivers live, just to try to get their attention and let them know what opportunities there are. We're really heavily focused on referral bonuses. We provide bonuses for people because we know that if we reward them and they're going to bring good people, then that's going to be rewarding for the people that we support and ultimately for the business as well.
Very interesting. So who is your ideal client? I know you said you are referred by agencies. So how does somebody find out about you? What kind of problems some of these people are having that they would say, I need to talk to Paul and Robert?
So the ideal person that we serve is, and it's kind of like a niche market too,
Sure.
it's someone with a intellectual or developmental disability.
Okay.
And the way that's defined is if they have the disability at a certain age and is probably going to be prolonged throughout their duration of their life, such as autism, Down syndrome, things of that nature. One way that they can come to us, they can get set up if they're in Oakland County. Oakland County Health Network is something they can go to request services, and they can request Genesis from there.
Very interesting. And then they find out about you, and then they obviously get in touch and go from there.
Exactly.
Now, who typically pays for these services?
So I think 100% of our funding right now is through Medicaid.
Okay.
So it's federal and state dollars that's match. And
Okay.
if I was it would take me a long time to explain how that all works, but
Well,
Medicaid
I'm sure I won't
dollars.
understand it either, so
Yes.
I won't even try. So that's where most of the majority of the money comes from.
Exactly, yeah.
And this is earmarked for specific types of groups of people, and that's where, now obviously caregivers are people who don't get paid a lot of money.
Yeah.
So you have to have a very different profile to be able to work in that. So tell me a little bit about that, Robert.
Yeah, so that's really where our hiring and our nurturing practices come into play. We've got 8 core values, and that's what we identify as the identity of the organization. So we try to match people that have those same core values in them as we bring them on board. And usually those are people that aren't in it just for the money. Those are people with kind hearts that want to be there and want to give back to people. And then if we can match with money that's fair and equitable, that's even better.
Exactly. I don't know if you know, but I have a book called Stop Hiring Losers.
Yes.
And one of the things we look at is what motivates people. And quite a few of my clients are very money motivated clients. These are some of the top people in the country in the real estate and mortgage business, like really successful. And their profile is obviously very different from somebody who's going to be a caregiver.
Yeah.
And in our process of, I consult clients on the hiring process, I realize that they are able to maximize because of the information to say, for a certain position, maybe money motivation isn't exactly what you're looking for.
Right.
They're looking for somebody who is, like you said, somebody who is what the attribute we call it social. It's really helpful kind of person that would be more interested in having that reward, not from the money, but from the care that they
Yes.
provide, the attention they give to people, etc.
Yeah.
So very, very much exactly what you're talking about.
And we really have to focus on that because there's so many other opportunities right at the same entry-level pay or even higher that people can go for, that we've got to hit them right in the heart and say this is the perfect match for you and what you want to do in order to get them there. And those are the people we want to keep.
Exactly. If they don't have that in their heart, they're not going to be caregivers.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
something that came about just recently, too, is who we're targeting.
Yes.
And maybe some folks that are retired,
Okay.
vets, immigration, and a big part now is people who have disabilities. We're looking to hire them in to help to provide care, and so we already have that underway, and so we're really excited about that.
So you are creating a profile of the person who understands what somebody has gone through,
Yeah.
and they are able to connect
Yes.
with them at a deeper level, and they have that compassion to make sure that they are able to help them in the way that the person would like to help as well.
Yeah.
So obviously different groups of people are going to be listening, watching this. A lot of people who listen to me are going to be self-employed people, entrepreneurs. What is the message you want to give to them about your success?
And that's a great question. I think the number one thing is, for me, it's mindset. That's like the foundation and belief. And then from there, it's the hard work and then the slow progress. There's many books out there about like the slight edge, for instance, or the
Yes.
compound effect. But take that approach to your success, and it's not going to happen overnight, but then you will reach the levels that you want.
I totally
Yeah.
understand that. How about you, Robert?
I think it's really defined well in our vision statement, which is real simple. It's 4 words: empowering people and inspiring change. And that's just really what we drive to do at every level. As we're working with the folks that we're supporting, as we're working with the folks that are helping us to support the folks that we're supporting, we're always trying to empower people and inspire change.
See, that's an easy thing, and your people can identify with that you are doing that,
Yeah.
and they can align and give you the support that you need in order to make that vision a reality for people around
Yeah.
you. So that's I think pretty good. What are some of the business practices that you put in place, looking back, that maybe if you had learned them earlier, it would have been better for you?
We really love the book Traction
Okay.
and EOS system, just how to have level 10 meetings to make them most productive, but also having just a system in place.
Yes.
That would have been way better for us from the get-go.
Yes.
And EOS, for those who don't know about it, is Entrepreneur Operating System. And the book Traction is by Gino Wickman, and who is a local Michigander. So people who are interested in learning more about him, and obviously there are other resources available as well. And I think he has incorporated quite a few different ideas from different groups of people. I think a lot of his leadership material comes from Patrick Lencioni, who is the author of books like Five Dysfunctions of a Team, The Advantage, etc. And obviously his father was a trainer, Floyd Wickman, in the real estate business. So he has put together a lot of decent ideas, like a simple game plan. So it's just 2 pages that you can actually use and start applying that information. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Traction as well. Obviously, you can see that, right? I'm aware of. And again, I'm a business coach, so I understand some of these ideas that need to be implemented.
Yes.
Because every business has 3 legs of a stool. The first leg is getting clients. The second leg is taking great care of clients. And the third is managing the money. And unless we have all 3 in place, a business cannot function in a positive, profitable manner. And it won't really last either, because it's not going to either get clients, keep clients, and then obviously not the money part as well.
Right.
And that's what you and I have to be consistently part of, innovatively looking at ways to do that. Tell me a little bit about your vision. Where do you see yourself going 2020 and beyond?
So in 2020, we're looking at really expanding the type of care that we provide. Right now, we primarily provide care for people with intellectual and developmental disabilities. We're hoping to move into the realm of folks with, elderly needs. Things in line with hospice, just companion care, maybe even some skilled care, such as physical therapy, speech therapy, and things of those sort.
Interesting. You've already marked out a game plan for that, I'm assuming, starting to work on that.
Yep,
stuff
that's
like that.
One of our quarterly rocks is actually, outlining kind of what are our next steps, so that way we can accomplish this within the beginning parts of 2020. And it's just hoping that we can take what we've learned in this sector over the last 11 years that we've been doing this together, and just try to multiply that and serve more people and expand that impact.
Very important. Yeah, you said the quarterly rocks. If you don't have a focused thematic goal, you are going to obviously have too many distractions, which will take you away from achieving something very specific in a short term as well. Paul, anything you want to add?
Yeah, the other thing is just what's going to separate us than other agencies that are already doing that.
Okay.
And so a big part of what we're doing now, but can carry that into these other parts of the base of people we can care for, or older adults with private duty nursing and things of that nature, is something called general teaching. And it's a way to build meaningful relationships. It's not about just going in someone's home and saying it's time for brushing your teeth.
Yes.
The first part of this is about a relationship. You build a meaningful relationship, and from there, everything else can take mold. But I think that's what's missing nowadays, not only in our industry, I think in life in general, but that's what our caregivers focus on.
Well, I think the part about relationship, which most people don't understand, and I know I have had a tough time as well, the relationship starts when you can see things from other people's perspective.
Yes. And Minesh, you wrote a great book called The Relationship Secret,
Yes,
I
The
believe.
Secret to Rich and Rewarding Relationships.
Yes. And that just provides so much impact, that it's, it clarifies so many things of the way that you want to interact with people. And it's directly in line with our philosophy of care, of gentle teaching.
I totally agree with you. So you go to the gym a lot. I see that you are in good shape.
I'm going right after this, actually.
You're going after this.
Yeah.
Okay, and you've been consistently doing it. I can see it in your body there.
Yeah, I try to feed my body, do my body right, do my mind right with reading at least a book a week. Sometimes I fall off, sometimes I get more than that, but that's the goal.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And you said you actually boxing coaching? Tell me a little bit about that.
I coach amateur boxing in Pontiac to underprivileged youth in the community. And the main goal there is just to give them an alternative to, negative activities that they can get to.
Violence and everything else.
Yeah.
Right?
So, we're very successful in that. We're an organization that's been around since 1973. It's called Azteca Youth Enrichment. Boxing is only one part of what we do. We've also got several other community activities. One large thing that we do is Mexican folkloric dance, concheros dance, and Aztec ceremonial dance.
Very interesting, very interesting. So how can people get hold of you?
Well, my email is Paul, Paul, at genesiscares.com, GenesisCares.com.
Perfect.
And our office is in Waterford, and our number is 248-716-9071.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Probably the easiest way to find out more information about our organization is just to visit us at the website, which is genesiscares.com.
Well, thanks for coming, Robert and Paul. I really appreciate it. It was fun to know you. The time flew by just so fast,
Yeah.
and I'm sure we'll get to know each other better in the future as well.
pleasure.
Thanks for the opportunity.
Thank you,
you.
Minesh.